my, hey. Did you guys see that? Did you watch that? Oh, you didn't watch it? Let me tell you all about it. WWDC 2020 was absolutely amazing. I literally, like, this is no cap. I gotta give my hat off to Apple. Usually their live presentations are blah for me. All of the WDCs in the past are pretty blah for me. You know, I like swag and entertainment and I like vibe, but they kept this thing rolling. Let me tell you guys about it, because we got a lot to talk about. I'm gonna try to contain myself. I'm gonna try to give you as much info as I can, but Apple is bringing the pain and the noise to you suckers this year. One of the first things we're gonna talk about is iOS 14. I'm getting to some of the features that I can remember. Trust me, there's a lot in everything that they talked about. Oh my goodness. Let's unpack it. I'm sorry. First thing is we have the app library, which is Apple's take on the app drawer. Everyone has been asking for on iOS for a long time, as long-time Apple users who have used Android and understand the importance of an app drawer. So they have this new thing called the app library, which is Apple's take on it. You know, when I say Apple's take, they're gonna do it their way with their sauce. But finally, we have an answer for this. Oh my goodness, we have widgets, you guys. Not just the widget little slide to the left in iOS. We literally can drag widgets onto our home screen. This is big. How many years have we been waiting for this to happen? And it has finally happened in iOS 14. Absolutely excited. And it's not over. We got picture-in-picture. Oh my God, OMG. Now listen, let me tell you something. I know Android users are gonna be like, we've had this. I got you. I've used it on all of my Android devices. Absolutely love having it there. But the fact that I can now have it on an iOS device, it's exciting, man. And I know it's kind of unfair because us Apple users or people who are on Apple, they have to get excited about it now and not like you guys did when you first got it. So, but chill, man. Let the Apple users have their moment, because this is big for the iOS platform, and it's also big for you Android users who are looking to possibly try Apple products, because now the switch is not as painful as it was before. Whew. They've also focused on Siri, on improving Siri and giving her like language interpretation and things like that. But you know, Siri's a love-hate for a lot of people. I use Siri for setting reminders and alarms all of the time, but I do prefer Google's, what do you call it? Autofill, whatever they are, man. You know what, Siri and Google and them and Alexa, whatever you call them. But I'm glad to see Apple making an initiative to make theirs as good as Google's. Not quite yet, but they're on their way. Oh, and now in messages, the ever so popular iMessages, we now can pin a conversation to the top of our messages. You guys don't know how much I have went to go and communicate with someone who I communicate with often, but had a communication before or in between me talking to them, and then I send the wrong text to the wrong person. Whew. Now I will have pinned messages, so that person that I talk to most and often, I can make sure I get the correct text message to them, or should I say iMessage. There's also gonna be an improvement with groups, and when you have group messages and how they're handled, how they're displayed, as well as being able to send direct mentions inside of the group chat, like by typing someone's name and then hitting that message so that they are the one that's alerted when you send a message in a group chat. Super fire. Now they've also went on to elaborate on Apple Maps and a lot more improvements there, as well as new emojis, even ones with masks on them. And then we come to Apple Car Key. So this is a new wave that's gonna be going forward. Right now, BMW has it first, but you're able to unlock your car using your Apple iPhone. And this is gonna expand further on newer system cars, and it's pretty cool. It's kind of giving you that Tesla effect without having a Tesla. I want my Beamer to feel like a Tesla. Yeah, I don't have a Beamer, by the way. Not yet. And then there's another thing that they introduced called Apple Clips, which is kind of like Apple's own proprietary QR code type thing or whatever, but it helps you get to Apple Pay super quicker and other functions and so forth. Yeah, you do your research on that one. And then we have iPadOS has received improvements. So all of those dope iOS 14 improvements are coming to iPadOS, including some other cool features specifically to iPad. such as like the search improvement. They were showing a lot of cool things you can do using the search. And then Apple Pencil gets a lot of great upgrades as well. So basically with the Apple Pencil in the past, a lot of the dope features we looked for in it, we would purchase apps to do them. Apps such as Good Notes and Notability. But now Apple's taking a lot of those features from there and some other ones that are like Apple-ish, and they're adding them to the Apple Pencil natively, which is really cool, really dope. Like the whole, when you draw a shape and if you hold it, it'll perfect it. Being able to copy and paste written text and paste it as native typing text is also another thing. Being able to write and have that transcribed into typing text, as well as being able to recognize phone numbers that you've written, tap those and give those a call. Same with addresses. That's really cool, really dope improvements for Apple Pencil and so forth. I'm telling you guys, there's a ton of features. Hang in there, man, because we haven't gotten to the most exciting things. Like, we got to a lot of exciting things, but there's some even more fire things. And smash that sub button. Also hit that like button to let the algorithm know that this video is filled with great, fun, entertaining information about WWDC 2020, baby. AirPods. AirPods are receiving a nice upgrade. They will now automatically detect when you put down your iPad Pro and pick up your iPhone and switch hot swappable without you having to do it manually anymore. Now in the past, you know, it's been great that when you set up your AirPods, it's set up across all your devices. All you have to do is go in and tap and then it will switch. But the fact now that I can just pick up whatever Apple device I'm using and my AirPods or AirPods Pro automatically switch is absolutely fire. Also, another thing added to the AirPods Pro coming soon is spatial audio, which basically is giving you surround sound, 5.1, you know, spatial U-turn and all that stuff. The vibe of surround sound in AirPods Pro, which is really dope. The way that they demoed it, like, and gave you an idea of how it would actually function is actually, we're looking forward to it. We have to see if it lives up to what they're, you know, displaying and advertising, but it looks like it's gonna be a great feature. And we also had WatchOS improvements. A lot of it is geared around health, fitness, sleep tracking, but there's also a focus on the watch faces and complications. Also, this new thing of being able to get watch faces a lot easier. So this is gonna be cool, and as well as sharing watch faces. So hopefully we get a little bit closer to a lot more of those custom watch faces like you can get on other smartwatches. But we already know they gotta keep it Apple-ish. So it's gonna be very true to Apple's Apple Watch. But the Apple Watch is great. The faces that you get are good and functional. The complications are all extremely useful, and we're getting even more of that in the new WatchOS 7. The bedtime routine, sleep tracking, which a lot of people have been looking forward to, and I'm hoping on the new Apple Watch we get an improved battery life to help us, you know, sleep with our Apple Watches, you know, a lot better, because the Apple Watch battery hasn't been the greatest. But I'm hoping with the fact that they're putting this bedtime tracking, and, you know, it's really dope because it tracks your breath and it knows when you're asleep and deep sleep, all that good stuff. But, you know, we need the battery to complement it. So I'm hoping on the next generation of Apple Watches, we get battery improvements. So that way we can sleep with our Apple Watch without having to worry about, you know, our battery power for the next day. Now, there was also a section to privacy. We all know Apple and privacy is serious. A lot of things with apps having to notify you about what they're tracking on you. And also in the App Store, just like you would see a nutrition fact, they're gonna give you the privacy facts. So you're gonna know exactly what these apps are tracking you on and all that. It's getting way more transparent, and I appreciate Apple for that, because a lot of these apps you never know, man. They have access to a lot of information, and now we are more informed about what they have access to, and we also have the option to allow or deny that access, which is extremely great. There was a lot of great features to the Apple Home, and it's super dope because Apple is now working side by side with Amazon and Google and so many other brands, which is gonna help all of those smart devices that are developed by other brands work even better with Apple Home. So within Apple Home, we're now able to have access to light automation, adaptive lighting, as well as with cameras and things, you're able to adjust the parameters of where it's tracking, as well as face recognition, all coming into the Apple Home. And your face recognition is linked to your actual faces of your family members and things that you have set up within your iPhone, which is super dope. So you can see who's at your door from your Ring bell or whatever you're using, Nest or you know. Now there was also some Apple TV talk as well. I won't get too deep into that, but Xbox controller support is here now. And there was a super fire preview for a show or a movie or something called Foundation. I can't wait. Now we got our brand new macOS Big Sur. I'm excited about this because I use Apple computers on a daily. I've been using them for years for my creative production, whether it was music, sound engineering, photo editing, and now video production. I've always been geared and driven towards the macOS system. So now we're getting our new macOS, which is Big Sur, which has a focus on transparencies, overlays, and just even more of a minimalism, like things such as icons appearing when you need them and disappearing when you don't. Whatever you focused on and you're doing on your computer at that time is what matters. So along with the brand new macOS, we're getting Safari improvements. It's gotten even faster, and they even boast it being faster than Chrome by, I think, said 40% or something. I don't know, Apple wants to smoke. But they're talking about extension support. We're talking about more privacy, and we're talking about customizable start pages. It actually is really dope and really nice, as well as the tabs and the way that they function, showing icons, and the cool feature that if you have a bunch of tabs open, that you can literally hover over the tab at the top and get a small preview window of what that web page is. I love it. And then the last thing that they ended off with a bang, you can see the intensity in Tim Cook when he spoke about this, was that Apple bringing their silicon chips, basically those Apple A12Z Bionics and so forth, are now moving over to the Mac platform. They talked about how they're gonna make it easy for developers to transition their apps, especially a lot of the code that they've already been using, and bring it over to the Mac platform. This is super dope. This is an extremely great initiative, as well as they've already got people like Microsoft on board with having Office set up and coded and ready for this new platform. The same thing with Adobe, getting the whole Creative Cloud suite. They were able to demo Lightroom, Photoshop, and then the ever so popular, the part that I was super excited to see, was Final Cut Pro, which is what I use to edit my videos. And the fact that Final Cut Pro was able, while in real time, it was playing back on the timeline. He dropped the LUT, it didn't even stutter or anything for processing, it just kept going. Man, the future is bright for the Mac computer, extremely bright. This is super exciting. Let me get my background back. You know, you gotta keep the aesthetics on point. If you guys don't know, the chip that's inside of the iPad Pro is leaps and bounds ahead of a lot of machines that are built to do so much more. The speed, the efficiency, just the overall, you know, lack of battery drain and so forth that we're gonna be seeing in our computers now on Macs when they put these chips inside of here. Now granted, it does require a lot of companies to code for it and translate, but they're making this process seamless. They've already opened it up starting today, and they're pushing this initiative forward. So we could see the first Mac with the first silicon Apple chip in it this year. And then they expect this transition to take place over the next couple of years. But they're gonna still be supporting the Intel-based Macs with upgrades on macOS going out throughout the years. So it's not like you're gonna get left in the dust because of this new switch, but they are allowing this transition to take up to the next 2 years to get everyone on board to this new Apple ARM chips. Like, this is going to be legendary. This is where Apple's really gonna separate themselves from the competition. And this is where I think we're gonna see Apple computers being able to be used more for like things like gaming, more efficient, like just powerhouse computers, because these chips are powerhouse. We just have to get the companies and developers on board to build for these powerhouses. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna be more inclined and more incentivized to do it, considering how powerful these chips are and how they can push them on, finally on the Mac ecosystem. The Mac ecosystem just got so much more. I don't know how to put it in words. It's serious. Apple came to play this year, and the next year is going forward. Apple has been listening to the consumer more and more. As you can see with the iOS 14 updates, that we're finally getting those features that we've been asking for, and they can just only grow from here. This is a good step in the right direction on Apple's behalf. I'm extremely excited. I'm here for the ride. That was a wrap up of the excitement, the joy that I felt watching WWDC 2020, man. I'm super excited. Now I gotta call Tim Apple. Hold on, player. low. Yo, Tim Apple, you sly animal, you. Yes, you sneaky son of a, you know what I want to say. My goodness, did I enjoy WWDC 2020. First of all, let me let you know that. Round of applause for you, sir. Production value, smoothness, swag, on point. You remember I complained a couple, like I think it was a couple years ago, I complained about the lack of swag in your presentation. You know what I mean? Not you specifically to say, but you know, you be a little, matter of fact, you got a little swag, Timmy. Look, Tim Apple, I loved it. I loved it. Craig was on point, man. He was phenomenal. What we need to talk about and where things are gonna, we working and developing our business relationship and so forth, I need scoop on when that new Mac that's gonna have those new Apple Silicon chips in inside of it. I need a release date. You ain't gonna give me that, okay? Okay, I just need a review unit. I can't get that either. You know what, Tim? Let me tell you this, man. I started this conversation on a positive note. I was like, maybe I won't have to clap on my man Tim because, he gonna probably give it up. You feeling good? The WWDC 2020 was a success, but you still capping. So guess what?
All my friends, we like demons, we like bands.